Alrighty, guys, we are now 5-0 in our last 5 extra daily bets on my website. But before we get into some more of that, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to our NBA video here today for Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. My name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal sports bets on patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, guys, I'm 5-0 in my last 5 extra daily bets on my website. And the link for that play is in the description section below. It's only going to cost you just $2.99 if you sign up here today. And you're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus here, guys, I'm also going to include my daily best play for you absolutely free. It'll be included with your purchase. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and... Oh, real quick, rest in peace to Takeoff from the Migos. Just gunned down last night. He's dead. He's gone. Shooting dice in Houston, man. I tell you what, if you... Rest in peace. Don't want to speak ill of anybody. But if you make infinite... this is Brock talking to you, the viewer. If you make infinite wealth like he did, move to San Diego or Colorado and never go back to where you grew up. Your life is different. I don't care. People say, oh, you forget where you came from. Yes, you do. You forget where you came from. Move to the beach or something. It's unbelievable. Rest in peace. You feel bad for the other members of the group, but you can't be shooting dice in Houston when you're worth a gazillion dollars. People don't like to see that. They don't want to see you shine and flaunt your shit in front of their face. So anyway, rest in peace. Hate to speak ill. It's terrible for him and his family. A lot of people were affected, but come on, man. Do better. Don't post your location either. Guys are getting mowed down every week. It's crazy. Like when I was a kid, we had Tupac and Biggie. Nowadays, guys are getting gunned down every week. It's unbelievable. But anyway, that's for a different day. But let's go ahead and get into it. Bulls net, 7:30 p.m. Plus, on top of it, I get it. I'm speaking on shit I know nothing about. But I tell you this much, man. Just on the outside looking in, you obtain that kind of wealth, your life's different. You do forget where you come from. Forget about them. Go. Live your new life. All right. Bulls Nets, 7:30 East. Brooklyn's -1.5. Totals 233. And even though Brooklyn's been pretty trash this year, the Bulls are starting to get plagued a little bit by injuries. Levine, White, and Dosunmu are questionable to play here tonight. Andre Drummond, he's also out with a shoulder. Now, as a team, the Bulls are on a 2-game skid, and they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 6. And their biggest issue this year, no real surprise, has been their defensive performance. It's kind of been that way for the last couple of years. These guys are actually letting their opponents make 48% of their field goals against them. And even worse than that, the Bulls are dead last in the league in guarding the 3-ball. They're facing a Brooklyn squad who shoots pretty well from the field themselves. These guys are amongst the better teams in the East in offensive field goal percentage. Kevin Durant's averaging 32 points a game along with 5 rebounds. Meanwhile, Kyrie's getting over 30 points a night himself. When it comes to the injury report, Curry and Simmons are questionable for the Nets. Meanwhile, for Chicago, once again, Levine, White, and Dosunmu are questionable. Drummond's out. When it comes to the total, Chicago saw their last 2 straight get over the number. Overs against the likes of Philadelphia and San Antonio. Meanwhile, Brooklyn saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Brooklyn -1.5 over 233. Once again, I hate to sound callous about this whole Takeoff situation, but hey, listen, man, you can flex and all that stuff, but when you're dead at 28, it really doesn't matter. Like, you're gone. Unreal. Anyway, next game, Warriors Heat, 7:30 p.m. East. Golden State's -1 on the road, totals 226. And even though the Warriors are favored, they've yet to pick up the W on the road this year. They're also allowing more points per game right now than any other team in the league. They're facing a Miami team who's led by Jimmy Butler, who's averaging over 21 points a night. Meanwhile, Tyler Hero scoring just about 20 points a game himself. When it comes to the injury report, Oladipo and Dedmon are out for the Heat. Meanwhile, for Golden State, Iguodala and DiVincenzo, they're listed as out for them. Now, when it comes to the total, the Warriors have yet to see an under this season. All of their games got over the total. Meanwhile, the Heat saw overs recently against the likes of Sacramento, Toronto, and this very Golden State team. I'm going to lean toward Miami +1 over 226. Next ball game, it is going to be Magic at the Thunder, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Oklahoma City's -3 at home, totals 215.5. Now, typically, I wouldn't like OKC laying any type of points in this spot. But one, they're playing the Magic. And two, OKC's covering a lot of point spreads. They're actually 5-1 against the spread to start the year, with outright victories over the likes of Dallas and the Clippers. Now, defensively, the Thunder is doing a terrific job of guarding the three-pointer. As a matter of fact, they're in the top 3 in defensive three-point percentage. Meanwhile, on the offensive side of things, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's averaging 31 points a night. And speaking of offensive production, OKC's doing a pretty nice job of getting rebounds. These guys are in the top 5 in the league in offensive boards per game. Now, injury-wise, Josh Giddey's questionable with an ankle. Meanwhile, for Orlando, Fultz, Anthony, and Mo Wagner, they're listed as out. Jalen Suggs is questionable. When it comes to the total, 4 out of Orlando's last 6 stayed under the number. Meanwhile, OKC saw unders against the likes of the Clippers and Minnesota. I'm going to lean toward OKC -3, under 215.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Timberwolves at the Suns, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Phoenix is -5, totals 228. Now, the Suns are doing a lot of things right here this year. For one, they're leading the NBA in field goal percentage. They're also averaging 119 points a game. Devin Booker, he's scoring 29 a game along with 5.5 assists. Meanwhile, Mikal Bridges, he's draining 46% of his three-pointers. You'd actually like to see him shoot more, with that type of efficiency. But it's not just offense in Phoenix this year. These guys are in the top 3 in fewest points allowed per game as well. This is a core group of guys who played some really tough defense over the past couple of seasons, really pride themselves on physicality. Now they're facing a Minnesota club on the other side who's having a tough time shooting the 3 ball themselves. These guys are in the bottom 5 in offensive three-point percentage. Meanwhile, defensively, they're getting out-rebounded just about every game. They're actually second to last in the league in defensive boards. Now, injury-wise, Anderson and McLaughlin are questionable for Minnesota. Meanwhile, for the Suns, Wainwright is questionable. Ayton is out. When it comes to the total, the Suns saw unders against the likes of the Clippers, Portland, and Dallas. Meanwhile, Minnesota's 4-1 to the under in their last 5. I'm going to lean toward Phoenix -5, under 228. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like Brooklyn -1.5 over 233. Miami +1 over 226. Oklahoma City -3 under 215.5. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that I'm 5-0 my last 5 extra daily bets on my website. Give me Phoenix -5 under 228.